Hi guys. So for the people who are new here, I'm Sari, a growth partner and growth developer for businesses. I have basically created the growth partner from scratch. It took me like 5 years, and now I'm just trying to share more of the information that goes more into the systems and processes that we set in when working in a business. So let's jump straight to it. And that way you'd be understanding more of what goes into the systems and processes. So the first thing that, as a first step, what we would do is basically go over the planning of a business and planning how we would take care of that business. So first of all, it's the main and most important step is planning for a clear overview. So what does that look like? It's creating a plan to showcase the actionable steps. Now you might ask, all right, so that means like a few steps here and there. That's not hard. But the thing is, there are things that should be taken into consideration when you're planning to showcase the actionable steps. So what goes into that? It's we develop a comprehensive outline listing a strategic goals and objectives. So you need to think about it in a way that this list that we would be working on, first of all, would have all the most important steps we would be taking in the business. So it could be on how we would be targeting people, who are the right people that we want to talk to. Um, if something happens, what we would be working on instead. So, like any of the things that are like plans, uh, recovery plans, sometimes that we might include things like budgets as well. So, just to make sure that there's like a bank of information for us to have as a guide when working on the business itself. So after that, clearly defining the roles and responsibilities of each team member. So you might ask, all right, so of course it's mainly for our business, but as well for the business itself, team members. So we might have some additional tasks for that team, uh, so we can have a full integrated solution. What do I mean by that? But uh, mainly it's there are some steps that, for example, a sales team from a business itself should be taking into consideration, like maybe improving their sales skills. That what we can as well include in our work, which we will have to mentor them, to teach them, guide them on the best uh, industry skills needed to close a deal. So that's mainly having like a hand in hand situation, establishing a timeline with milestones to track progress and ensure accountability. So accountability goes both ways, from our side and from the business side, because just leaving all the work and saying that, all right, we've done our part. No, it's not just one part, one side. It's two parts. So one part is from our side as a business, and the business itself that we're working on the growth partner. um, so what does that look like? It's mainly making sure that the sales team is as well performing at its best, at their best. And from our side, our teams as well are performing at their best. So we would have, all right, of course, KPIs to look at, some monitoring to be done to make sure all the things are done to the maximum. So after that comes a full audit and bullet points for the steps that the team should be going through. So, as I said, it's two teams. One team is from our side, the team from the business side as well, like the business itself. So, we can make sure whatever resources we're putting in, whatever efforts we're putting in from our side is reflecting on the business itself. So we conduct a thorough assessment on the current market, making sure that we understand the offers that are being laid out in the market, everything that's related to, I would say, the offers, everything related to the service itself, and how irresistible are those offers, and if we can actually up the game. So this is one thing. Like identifying key performance indicators. So we would be identifying from our side what are the KPIs, and checking what are those, so we can communicate directly with the business, telling them, all right, so we'd have the leads, which is one of the most important one. The other one is how many sales closed, uh, and every KPI that's basically good for the business, like whatever translate into sales. These are very like straightforward. Creating a detailed breakdown of the tasks, including specific actions for each team department. So for that side, basically creating whatever things that we see missing in the business, and so that we can fix it from our side, or if not from our side, could it be from the business side, if you know what I mean. So making sure of that we have a detailed and specific tasks, a list of tasks that would be helpful for the team inside the business to improve everything. At the end of the day, we're talking about the growth partner here. So I've took like 5 years building that, more than five, and it's basically a fully integrated solution, not rather than just having us working on the business as in generating like few leads and telling them good luck. No, we actually invest our time, and we take a big risk from our side, making sure that everything is in the business itself is performing at its best. So setting in the initial budget, platforms, funnel count, etc. There are tons of other things that are taken into consideration here, but these are just surface level information, just making sure that uh, you would have some sufficient information about it. Now, lack, and this is one of the main thing that we see a lot in the businesses. It's cases where businesses don't spend enough time and effort to structure a plan. Now, this is one of the things that is very frustrating, especially when you're looking at a business and seeing that they are not clearly spending enough time and effort structuring the plan, and what of a clear map do they have, uh, because they would some and it's mostly the cases, they would be just focused on perfecting a solution, but they don't actually know how to, like, not just deliver the solution, but how to market it, how to sell it, how to get it in front of people, so, and the right people as well. So this is one of the things that I see personally, and of my business partners, they see it usual, which we usually discuss, like, it's pretty obvious. Most businesses just know how to deliver the solution, but never to sell, not never to put it in front of the right people that are willing to buy. At the end of the day, that's how businesses survive. So a lack of clear objectives, goals, which leads to confusion, inefficient resource utilization, failure to allocate sufficient time for thorough market research. So, like, just by checking out other businesses, what they are doing right now, and understanding it from not a business owner but a client, understanding what would they see, what would be what would be the main factor for people to buy, and then you can replicate it, just like not exactly the same, but adding the value that you would have set on. And the word value that I'm saying here, it's totally different from the word value that most people understand. Nowadays, everyone just says the word value, and they think by saying value they might have understood it, or understood how it can be implemented in a business. Now, value itself, it means that you're actually offering something that would save people time, save people effort. Rather, like, why would they buy your product? It would be because you're actually saving them something at the end of the day. So everything is a solution. Whatever you see in front of you, whatever you see around you, is a solution. So offering that additional solution that people would be paying money for is value. So that those like things that I'm just mentioning here, the lack of all of that would be resulting in, and most of the cases we'd see results of suboptimal strategy development. So they might tell you that, all right, we do have a strategy. They might tell their business partners, or would convince themselves that they have a strategy that's fully that they can fully rely on. But at the end of the day, it would be just a suboptimal strategy. Like, it's not that optimal for a business to grow and actually generate revenue that's optimizing for. Neglecting the importance of a structured plan, and it's a very straightforward thing. Having a structured plan is just for you to rely on, and if anything happens in the business, you would understand that you can just go back to that structured plan, read it again, check it, maybe just have a quick scan to give you an overview on what should be done. Because if you already like wrote it out the first time, you might have had some great thoughts for the business itself, to understand that this is the growth way path for the business. So just go back to it, and this is what we do usually. We go always check back to the structured plan to understand what's going on in that specific business, to understand how we can grow it and create a version, like for example version 2.0 or 3.0. So this is mainly it from that side, leading to difficulty on tracking progress and making informed adjustments. So I'll just mention a quick case study, and this is all from a case study. Like this, whatever I mentioned here is from a case study. Is that there's a business that we work with. They usually take informed adjustments, decisions, just because they would think that that would work for them. And we usually go back to that business and mention that the things should be changed, just because for the sake of the development of the business itself. So we do have that approach where we dive deep into the business to understand what they are doing inside, so we can help them with the informed decisions. So these decisions, as I'm saying, they are informed. They are based on facts, based on track record, results in the past, and as well the market, what's going on in the market. So all of that is to be done just for the sake of improving the business itself and growing it more. So this is mainly the video that I'm talking to you about here. It's just for the sake of this, the like displaying the information about the first step. So of course you'd be seeing more videos just similar to that, to this video, more about the other steps, because this is mainly just the first step that we take. This is just the opener of the growth partner, and you'd definitely see more of detailed explanation and other steps as well.